Yo, what's up, guys? Well, I'm all dressed up for this, obviously. Not even here. This is not real. Oh, definitely AI generated. Nothing is real. All fake. Oh, I doubled up. W thumbnail. It's more nerdy stream because, well, I gotta lock in. Right? I realized that in my life that I have to be doing things or want to be doing things. One of them is being on a Microsoft website. Boy. As, oh yeah, me. Got my music. Yeah, my microphone up my goat when your YouTube. Hey Leviathan, I'm glad to that you're here. You're probably about to go to bed, but I appreciate you being here regardless because we are learning. I'm doing this course or whatever, which is technically speaking, I don't need an introduction to this, but since I need to study this for a job or whatever. Pulling an all-nighter? Well, if you get... Alright, let's get it. I need to reorganize my faults real quick just so I know what I'm going to be talking about. Turn this down a little bit. Because I'm the frickin' GOAT. Not really. I'm not the GOAT, but I kinda am. I'm really good at this. But, unfortunately, not with Microsoft, right? You not watch the whole thing, but I was still talking. Yeah, you got that, bro. It's all good. No pressure, absolutely. Even if you're just using me as background noise, you're the GOAT, I'm the GOAT. Alright, I might be the GOAT, if you say so. If you're saying I'm the GOAT, then it might be true. Well, Devops is essentially you're in charge of deployment of software. When the little coders, the programmers, they finish a new feature, let's say in like Facebook or something like that, what ends up happening is the code gets updated somewhere where it's stored, and then there's like a whole bunch of automations that go on that ship the code with the new updates smoothly live for you to use in Discord or Google or YouTube. When YouTube makes a new change to their UI, that probably happens through a DevOps pipeline. So yeah, that's essentially what I do. That I do a little bit of it. I dabble in this, but I don't do it with Microsoft. And you know, Microsoft is a pretty popular vendor, where their products are pretty popular among a bunch of companies. So if I want to apply for certain companies, this is going to be really nice to have under my belt. No more stalling. Let's continue this. I gave a terrible introduction to DevOps. I didn't really think about, oh boy, what I'm going to say on stream. Transformation teams. What in the world? Unless you're already building and telling you one of the significant changes is dealing with competing priorities of conflict with ongoing business operations. Yeah, hold on. I think I need to create an organization, which I will learn Microsoft organization. No, how do I make an organization? Oh yeah, my profile picture is up here. I just put that there instead of having my initials. That was kind of cool. I don't remember how I did this. Oh. Learning objective prerequisite done. Really? Oh, the introduction one does not need anything. Okay, okay. So building your DevOps transformation team. Research by this person and this other guy aim beyond the idea how to execute innovations shows that successful innovation often occurs despite existing organizational processes. It only works by creating a separate team to pursue the transformation. So the core team composite, DevOps, engineer / lead. That's me. That's me, the GOAT. So yeah, CI/CD, which is continuous integration and continuous deployment. One is like integrating your code and running integration tests. The other one is actually like putting it live. Cloud platforms, which is why I'm here at Microsoft Azure, whatever you want to call it. That's Microsoft. There's AWS. There's a bunch of other things, but I want to focus on Azure or Azure for now. Automation, infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code essentially means like you write code and run it. When you run that code, it turns into servers, specific specs and settings and all that. Really cool stuff, which is how I configure my own operating system. Partially because I wanted to learn this, so I did it on my own operating system first. Terrible idea, but really awesome idea for me. And the success metrics is pipeline reliability, how reliable your pipelines are, deployment frequency, and lead time. Interesting. Primary responsibility, develop experience and time commitment, skills, software development, testing practices, and code quality. That's the development representative. There's the operations representative. So it's like DevOps and lead, and there's development, which is dev, and there's ops. The op here. Let me turn up the music ever so slightly. So we're banging. Primary responsibility, infrastructure, security, production, concerns, time commitment, blah blah blah. I don't care about those. Infrastructure management, monitoring, and incident response. This is kind of mostly what I do, but I'm doing a lot more of development at work now. But at the start, it was more ops. Change management specialist, cultural transformation and process adoption. Let me zoom in a little bit just so text isn't too small. Adoption rates and cultural assessments. Interesting. Product and business representative. Business value alignment and stakeholder communication. It's like an advisory. I guess this is the sales guy essentially in here. Which you essentially have the lead, the leader, the person who's mostly developing, the guy who's relying on for the operation of things like the servers and all that, the change management, the guy that proposes new features and how we're going to adopt them, and all the cultural transformations needed, and just all like organizes things and get in general in the whole team. The product and business representative is essentially the guy that's valuing this and communicating with the stakeholders, which is the investors, I guess. There's a security champion, integrate security okay. So like the security champion is just a cybersecurity specialist and makes sure that everything is secure in the pipeline. DevSecOps, compliance, risk assessment. It's mostly advisory. Metrics and analytics specialist. Establish measurement frameworks and success criteria. Okay. And the executive sponsor. This guy gives money. Change management strategies for resistance. Address the why first. Invest in training and skills. Like how I'm investing in training and skills right now by taking this free course from Microsoft. I'm only taking it because that's what the company requires me. I already know most of these things. Or like, at least I know enough but this will give me like a little bit of an edge. This is like Microsoft is like a reputable source, not that I like them so much. Invest in training and skill, yeah. Implement gradual change. Yeah, you always, when you want to in changes in software, you don't want to like explode everything. Can you ask what I do for work? Essentially, what I am the CTO of a startup right now, but what I do is I am responsible for deployment of software. I also write a bunch of software that gets deployed, and I'm in charge of every service that we basically use and don't pay a subscription for. Like, think of your IT guy that manages all the Google Cloud accounts and the emails and the calendars, and I do a lot of work. But yeah, it essentially boils down to DevOps. Most of it is DevOps and system administration. But technically also part of it is a software engineer. If you want to really get technical about it, some of it is kind of AI engineering at the most brain dead level. Because some of my software that I write does interact with AI and does AI agents and stuff. A lot of things. Bum, bum, bum. I think it can be quieter. But yeah. Hopefully my mic didn't cut out in any of that. Maintain open communication. Q&A sessions. I mean, this is corporate nonsense, but I didn't. Alright, hell yeah. Because I don't really agree with this much. At least, I agree with it on a fundamental level, but daily meetings that last 2 hours that could have been an email. It could have been an email. I'm just saying. Could have been an email. And I will not be afraid to say this. If I get fired for this could have been an email, that's on you. You're just bad. And you don't deserve me. Smile. Celebrate successes. Recognize both team and individual contributions. Alright, that's just like some guy in HR or PR is like, guys, we need to put this in our course so they think we're not bad people. Okay. It feels like it's the corporate. Anyways, I'm here to study, not absolute pee pee poo poo on them, you know? But a little bit of both. I like making learning fun. Team selection criteria. Well regarded throughout the organization. Respected voices who can influence others. Alright. Focus on measurable transformation outcomes. Diverse in knowledge and perspective. This is really important, actually. I think having someone that like has diverse knowledge and different perspectives on a lot of different things, like having someone who's really an AI expert and someone who's really good software engineer, someone who's really good security, someone who's like really good from the business and selling, marketing standpoint of things. All these skills compound together and like it's like a turbo mega large spirit bomb, you know, like Goku, lend me your energy, and it just kills as in like slays in a good way. Yeah. Change oriented. I'm staying, but I'm too stupid for this, so I may not understand a whole lot. That's okay. And if you want me to explain like a certain part, if you like find a particular instance, like, oh, this looks really interesting, and I want to understand it more, don't hesitate to ask questions. I'm happy to answer questions of people. It's one of my 2 jobs. Oh yeah, my other work. I'm a teaching assistant in college, so you know, I'm kind of a teacher. Collaborative, able to work across traditional organizational boundaries. Yeah, this is one of my biggest probably weaknesses, is like I don't like traditional organizational boundaries. I'm one to just like screw the system. I'm doing what works, you know? But also not to an extreme. Consider including external experts who can fill knowledge gaps in areas to new existing staff, provide objective perspective. Yeah, sure, buddy. Rigid hierarchical structures, risk-averse silo departments. Almost organization. This is all boring. What is this? Team structure, horizontal versus vertical. Horizontal teams, which are the traditional ones. UI team, service team, data team. What is a vertical team? Entire technology stack on align with business capabilities, customer value. Example short. Email team, full stack developer, UX. Hang on. So horizontal teams is like dividing things by what they do, and vertical is dividing them by the product that they're doing. I think I like the vertical teams a bit more. I guess. Yeah, vertical teams keep small. Minimize handoffs. Each team should be able to deliver independently. Yeah. This makes a lot more sense. Like if we have someone that's working on like improving voice communication or improving the shopping part and whatever. This is boring. Shared goals and defined timelines. Smart. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. Okay, this is like agile or something like that. Divide and conquer type stuff? Yep. Shared goal. Timelines are really important for at least, or not just software, but in general. Because I feel like if you don't have a certain timeline of what you'll be working on and when it should be finishing, you, as a business, from a business perspective, that's obviously like really bad. Because you don't know when your ROI, return on investment, will come back. If software normally takes 6 months to develop and deploy and be fully live, and you don't know that, you're probably going to be expecting things to be done like 3 months. Because, you know, a quarter is like a really long time. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, deployment frequency, bug resolution, unplanned work, out of hours. Huh. Out of hours work, you say. Alright. This is all just, again, HR related stuff. Devops aim to provide excellent customer value, so outcomes should maintain a customer value focus. Your adoption rate. Customer support ticket volume. So essentially what the DevOps guy comes from a business value is it increases customer satisfaction and loyalty if shipping new features happens smoothly, no interruption. Customers will be happier. If there's no like maintenance for 4 hours every week on a Tuesday, like Steam does, I mean, obviously Steam does a really good job, period, with customer satisfaction, that even with that maintenance, they're like, okay, this is fine, and they're used to it. They're still loyal, and it's not that big of a deal because they just like give a bunch of sales and all the things that they do. Feature adoption rates, it's like you see how like when these features get used, because there's no point in deploying like 20 new features if no one's gonna use them. As a matter of fact, it probably decreases customer satisfaction because now it's just bloated. Like, oh yeah, you add this new feature, but now that feature that I actually use now works worse. Why? Yeah, customer support ticket volume is supposed to reduce them because you're fixing bugs and all that. at the time and whatnot. This is so boring. What is this? Q1. Go tracking template. I mean, I guess. Is Azure Devops is a software as a service platform that provides end-to-end DevOps toolchain for developing and deploying software. Most leading tools on the market and is an excellent option for orchestrating DevOps toolchain. Boards. Alright, there's the agile planning. Alright, there's the Kanban. Pipelines, a language platform, cloud agnostic CI/CD platform supporting containers or Kubernetes. That's cool. Cloud hosted private Git repos. Alright, that's nice. That's nice. I love GitOps. New idea. Make a software that does this course for me. Genius. I mean, to be honest, I could just skip, but I want to learn. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm gonna be using it if I get accepted into like this job that I'm applying for or whatever. I won't need most of this knowledge because all of this what my current skill set does translate. I've worked with something like this before. It's not the exact same thing. Yeah, knowledge is power, indeed. I've worked with something like this, not the exact same thing. I host a lot of these. Integrate project management. Yeah, I did this as well. That too. But again, it's about like different tools made by different people. What is GitHub? No idea. I know what GitHub is. License management strategy. Real this? What? I thought this was I thought license was like software license, like copyrights. But no, this is completely different. It's like how much you want to pay. Yeah, it's pricing. Unrelated to me entirely. Source control. I know what source control is. Do you know? I think I've explained this in one of my previous streams when I was doing game development. Source control is essentially Git and GitHub, which I've talked about, like developers having a oh heck go back button, since it tracks every change that you make, and when like you're done making a certain change, you can commit it, so it's like these set of changes have a title, and you can revert back to that state whenever you want, even no matter how far forward you go, as long as the previous commit exists and isn't deleted. And there's also this whole thing called branching. Like, this is our code. We added a couple of lines here, a couple of lines there, removed a few lines, and then we added more lines, removed more lines. We can come back to this or this from here, from anywhere of this. We can revert, which is why it's so useful for software, because if you make a change that introduces a new bug and you don't know how to fix it, you can go back and rethink. And another thing here is called branching. As you can see, like this is going left to right, but it's here. There's another change that got merged here. And essentially, let's just say this is broken, you can revert back to this, start working on it in parallel on a separate branch. And once the bug that was initially introduced is fixed and the new feature is added, you can add it back here, which is what happened here. The final stage. Long story short, makes developing software and handling bugs. It's like a coding pylon. I guess so. That sounds like a great analogy. I'm not sure exactly what a pylon is, but think after. Yeah. You can revert and go forwards and merge things and work on multiple things at once. Godsend for software developers. Uh, yeah, I know how to do that. Don't care. Terraria pipeline. Yep. It's like it connects things. Yeah, and you can reset. Azure repos. Get repos, pull requests, code search, unlimited private. Yeah. Collab to build better code. Yeah. Introduction to GitHub. Don't care. We all know what GitHub is, guys. Alright. What is the following best described? Is the role who manages source control, pipelines, monitors environments to continue delivering value. Is the new process of creating continuous source control, pipelines, and monitor environments. I guess. I mean, I'm probably gonna get this wrong because this is all just corporate mumbo jumbo, or I'm just stupid. Which of the following choices drives the ongoing merging and testing of codes that leads to finding defects early? It's that one. Integration. Which of the following is a practice that enables automated creation of environments? Infrastructure as code. Sure. Oh, you. It's probably this one. Union of people, process, and products to enable. Is it? Bro. Alright, hold on. Hold the phone. What is DevOps? Ideas to create most essential DevOps practice include I got it wrong. What the heck? What the balls? Introduction? Alright, really? Alright. This is nonsense. Union process. Continue. Fine. Let's go to the modules. Look at that. Yeah! We did it. We did the module assessment. Let's freaking go, gamers. We completed the module. Woo! Plan Agile with GitHub project and Azure boards. Now this is something I actually like. I actually do this a lot at work, which kind of prepared my coworker to find a better job and work in this exact same pattern. Let's go. I don't think my thing's not connected. My drawing tablet, which otherwise I would have pulled it out and be like, oh look guys, let's lock in. Real world agile planning success. They require flexible, collaborative tools. So why this planning matters is because you can see the progress, and not just you as someone on the team, others. It's like a Kanban board. I think I can showcase one. You go to absolute unit. We have this, right? This is what it looks like, essentially. And this is what a project would look like. You'd have a bunch of these tasks in the backlog. And when someone starts working on them, or like these are still like, these tasks aren't properly defined yet. They're not ready to be worked on. As soon as they're properly defined, they get moved over here to the to-do list, where anyone can start working on them and they can assign themselves to it. Like if you click here, you can be like, assign yourself to it, or assign someone else to it. Really interesting stuff. So yeah, this is why And anyone that's like a business person, right? Non-technical people on this, right? That are in charge, because obviously money is business is money, time is money. There had a similar thing like that at your previous job. Was it like a Trello board? Because Trello is pretty popular, a popular Kanban thing. And this layout is pretty common because it works, kind of. Some people just overthink it and overuse it. Blah blah blah. Who cares? Self-assessment. Are you ready for agile planning? Yeah, I do. Yes. Are you familiar with user stories, epics, and sprints? I guess so. I do understand the difference between a Scrum and a Kanban. I had to fill out orders by a certain time. Yeah, that's one of these things. Have you used any product? Yes, I have. Yes, I am. Not really, but I guess so. Understanding Devops, helpful experience. I need an account on GitHub, building your repositories. Yeah, okay, I'll come here. It started the But yeah, some of these tasks have certain deadlines, have certain tags, all that noise. Password is correct. Bang. Some features are more critical, more time critical than others, hence why they have short deadlines. There's these things called milestones as well, which are just like a certain amount of tasks that are related to achieving the same thing. I need to put a phone. Why does it want my entire address? I have it in a separate tab because what am I doing? All right, I need here's the post. When I put in my post. Don't worry guys, my postal code is 1. Oh awesome, I am the individual. Now I want to receive anything. Bang. Yes. I mean, for Azure boards exercise, I don't really need this, but we might as well. Yeah, this is what it would look like. There's like stuff that's ready for review, there's boards and all that, and the status of them. There's a table, a board, which is a Kanban style. I assume the table was this. This is the table. The board is the style I just showed you earlier, and roadmap is like a timeline thing. It has like Gantt style, which is like a calendar with things that should be done. I wish it would show me like the look up. Oh, of course I have to put my credit card. Why wouldn't I? Let me see if I can find an image. Yeah, this looks good. Open. Okay. Copy. Blink. Bang. This is what a Gantt chart would look like. Every task, it would visualize how long it would take. So, someone that, and businessman, you know, our good old business people would see this and be like, huh. So by the 3rd of September, we will be done with this yellow thing. I see, interesting, yes. And obviously there'd be all different categories related to different features or different projects and things that are done, etc. Again, all corporate, boring shenanigans that no one really oh, there's a Gantt. Yeah. Scrum, sprint management, burn down, charts, and velocity tracking. Holy crap. What is all this? Epic, large business objectives. Oh. So epic stuff is goals. Sure is customer value. It takes months. Days to week specific user needs. Requirements, usually multiple tasks. So this is multiple features, this is multiple user stories, and this is multiple. It just keeps like dividing. So this is many of these. 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 No, like not really, but up to here it is. Bugs are just problems. Tasks are things to specifically to do in development. This is something you need to fix. This is something you need to do. And they should not take more than hours to days. I don't really care about all this. Like, yeah, I guess. Skip. That's 14 units of this, by the way. I don't really care for all that. I'm be real. Link GitHub to Azure boards. You do that. You can just. It's an app on the GitHub marketplace. Cool. We love an ecosystem. For GitHub projects. I know how to do this. I've done this before. Thank you. Oh, this is interesting. This is just boring. Just an introduction. I mean, most introductory courses are like this. And again, it's boring for me because I've been sort of working in this field, which I'm now taking an introductory course on, like 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. It's a long time. Since I was 19. Damn. Anyway, in any case. Customized project views. Yes, you can change the title of these. And you can filter by certain tags. Boring as all hell. Collaborate using team discussions. Essentially, just like you can talk to each other by leaving comments. Crazy. Feedback cycles. Critical bugs need immediate customer feedback, usually 40 hours. Requests. Again, boring. Okay. Agile plan and portfolio management. Manage areas, teams. My Kanban board. Azure Devops. Set up an organization. Dude, I have to do this? Oh. I am so... I had to go get my credit card because I can't do that without... Oh my god. Do I really need to? I mean, I can just skip. Really. Which of the following choices DevOps and GitHub describes this? Okay. Yes. Azure Boards has direct integration with Azure. Azure only integrates with GitHub using extensions. That's not read-only. Is it read-only? Azure Boards has direct integration with GitHub. Tracking. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Old. Yeah. Contains developer. This connection enables to maintain. Bi-directional. Yeah, it's not read-only, buddy. Yeah, you missed me with that. Yeah. Which of the following project boards types can contain issues and pull requests from any personal repository? This one. Which of the best isn't a project board support template by default? Is it that one? Am I wrong? I am a genius. First try. Woohoo! Yippee. We did it. We completed the module. How many modules are there? Design and implement branch strategies and workflows. This is boring as all hell. At least I'm streaming it, right? At least we're here. So what does this do? Describe Git branching workflows. I mean, I've already explained this on stream before. Implement feature branches in GitHub flow and fork a repo. I mean, I already know how to do all that. Like type shit, bro. I be learning. Really? I feel like I'm mostly complaining. Or just yapping, but hey. I guess I try to explain as much as I can, but a lot of it is just really boring stuff. And it's not like remotely interesting. Nothing practical about it. It's like, okay, we are using this style of Kanban board now because this allows for the best feedback cycle. You know what? I'm gonna plug in my thing, and we're gonna start drawing, because that's more fun. And I'm plugging in my fantastic my drawing tablet, which the cable is messing me. Uh-oh. Why is there no music? What happened? Oh no. Why is my music? It's gone. Oh no. Did a lot of stuff while complaining it gets done, but I still complain. Yep. What happened? Dude. Oh. My shit don't work no more. Sorry? Why? Plugged in? Alright. So back. Oh, do I? All right, we have audio again. Technical difficulties. Fantastic. Oh. Not work. Hold. Am I? Bloody hell. This is so annoying. Hold the phone. Now I'm actually starting to complain. Alright, does this work? Alright, it works, guys. I can write things now with my awesome pen. I do have journal++. Bang. Essentially, what this does. What was I even trying to explain? Branching strategies, right? Alright. Remember when I told you like we had the pylon, the code pylon, and it would go like, and it's like a flow, and this is like our end goal. At some point, there's like, let's say like half a dozen files. There's like a lot of files. Hold up. All right, my button doesn't work. Why does it not work? Hold on. Pen option. No. There's like preferences, right? Stylus. Tool 1. I don't know which one this is, but eraser. Is this? What is this? Oh, it's that one. No, I wanted this button too. Hold on. Forgot that I reinstalled my systems. So this will toggle this to normal drawing. It's eraser. Yeah. Now I want the delete stroke type. I like this one. Yep. Okay, chat. Also, aka just Leviathan, because you're my goat. We can have like a bunch of files. Whole bunch. Say we have 10 files. And we need multiple features. One feature relies on modifying these two files. And another feature relies on modifying these two files. So what will happen is we can branch out and modify these two files here, implement this new feature, come back, and do the same thing here, modify, branch out, and we're both working, or like the team or teams are working on these two features separately in parallel without even modifying this. This is still the same, and by the time they're both done, and let's just say one feature takes longer than the other, it'll come back here and it will be like this reddish blue kind of, and by the time the other timeline finishes, when it's ready, it'll come back and we keep going, and it's like power of friendship. And there are different ways that you can decide when you should make a new branch. Sometimes it's dependent on, oh yeah, it's implementing a certain feature, or it's implementing like a beta, like a certain beta test that's coming up, and then that includes a bunch of features, and that branch will obviously like last a bit more, because by the time when this is done and it's back here, usually we just delete these branches. They're just gone. Thanos snap, because they're back, they're merged here. So that's kind of what happens. That's kind of how I usually work. I usually have a new branch for every small little feature, When the feature is done, merge it back, and then delete the original. Yes, I understand these. Didn't select. Yeah, I have this. I have this. I don't care. It should be pretty. Feature branch. Working. What? I am so confused by this matrix, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Not my problem. Explain, explore feature branch workflow, main branch protection. Oh yeah. Another thing that a lot of software developers will do, and I personally do it, is nobody can modify here directly on the main branch. No, you have to make a new branch, make some changes, and request that you merge these things. We call them a pull request. We call them a pull request. Once a pull request gets approved, that only then the new changes come here. Yeah, the creation, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah, look, this is what it looks like. It's like this is the main branch, and then we're implementing a new branch, a new feature. We do a pull request. Maybe it's not ready yet. Come back, make a couple more changes, test it, and boom. Yeah. There's another thing, because every change here, there's no limit on how big of a single change can be. A single change can be adding a single letter or adding 10 new files. And obviously, since this with great power comes great responsibility, and you generally want to have logical changes, like your commits, as small as possible, but not so small that you don't know what they did. Not so tiny that you added a single letter, but not so huge that you added like half a dozen things. If that makes sense. That's what they mean here by atomic commits. Clear messages, yeah, conventional commit format. Yeah, it's like, here's a commit message. That's like the scope for description. For example, feature, and like in the authentication, which is like the security part of this, so names, passwords and stuff, add user, registration, endpoint. Means there's a new feature in the authentication scope that adds the endpoint or whatever the user needs to actually register. Which again could be a significant line change. Could be a couple lines, and could be like 2 new files. But as long as it makes sense. And these big commits, by the way, can be composed of a bunch of smaller commits. It heavily depends on what makes sense for you and what's most comfortable for you and your team. There's no absolute source of truth that, oh yeah, you must do it like exactly like this or else. No. Yeah, and these should be opened at the like a timing, I guess. Like, because these pull requests, they send a notification. I was like, hey, Jimmy has opened a new pull request adding in this new feature or whatever. But if Jimmy opens the pull request at 4 in the morning, yeah, we're probably not gonna see that notification. I'm just saying, if someone opens a pull request at 4 a.m., anyone's gonna see it, it's gonna be me and me only, because I wake up at 4 a.m. You probably don't. Good for you. I mean, you're probably, wait. It's probably like 3 a.m. for you right now, so. And if Jimmy opened that pull request, you're probably seeing it. Oh boy. Early crab relations, yes, seeking guidance, ready for review, working. 3:43 a.m. I was almost. On constructive code review. Yeah, on each pull request, you can add comments. So, let's just say there's a pull request right here. The pull request, send me a notification. And will tell me the exact changes. hey, some lines were here, and it gives me a list of commits. And I'm looking at this code, I'm like, good, huh? Yeah. This looks good. This looks fine. Oh, what is this, bro? Why are you doing it like that? You missed the entire. This leaks the entire source code. This is bad. And that's before it gets merged. It's like it's here. This is where the pull request here. It's like, yay or nay. And then usually pull requests have to be approved before you can merge them. So once everything's like, I put a couple of comments, some more changes get added, bang, more changes, and then I was like, okay, looks good to me, push it, there we go. Okay, I'll pull up. And usually in the DevOps pipeline, whenever something new, like a new pull request gets merged, a whole pipeline runs in the background, like here, and it's just like test code, for instance. And like something to test the code, run it, put on server, hit live, or whatever. That's usually what happens when changes get approved. It's all good, pass all the checks. It goes live immediately, automatically, because a guy like me set it up like that. It's really interesting. Really fun. And also incredibly frustrating because you spend like a whole week making these automatic pipelines. But you spend a whole week and then you just relax forever. Until it breaks, of course. Haha. Might never break. Yeah, automated testing, as I say, code quality, it performs like code style. For instance, coding styles is very important because you want your code to be readable. You don't want 10 different styles with one team working on a single project, because it will make things just a lot more messy and way harder to just work with. Because what if I wrote a feature in my own style, and then Bob comes in and he wants to extend my feature, add more to my feature, to my code. So he's gonna have to, first of all, rewrite my part in his style. The style is usually like spaces, tabs, indentations, general, not like fundamentally changing how the code is written literally, but how it looks. So after he's done, he makes all these changes, and when he makes these style changes, it looks like he changed the entire file instead of what he actually changed. So for instance, like let's just say if cool is our code, and then it does something, give gift, right? That's our code. So I wrote it like that. For the sake of syntax, let's just make this. These are brackets. And Bob wants to make it so it's if cool, and he doesn't write it like that. He writes it. He puts the brackets like this, right? And then he also doesn't indent it with spaces. This is a tab, and he uses here spaces, so it looks like this. Give gifts or whatever, and give voucher, right? So technically speaking, what he did right here is just add this line. But when he commits it, what's happened is there's a minus here, there's a plus here, there's a plus here, plus here, plus here, and actually a plus and a minus here, actually. This is what the changelog looks like. What should have been a singular plus became all this nonsense. Actually, the last line, it doesn't matter. This becomes a problem. That's why consistent styling and coding Really important. I'll be real, most developers don't even read a git diff. The git diff is the thing that shows you the pluses and the minuses and all these changes. But they should be reading that. It's really important. Especially when you're coding with AI. Yeah. Security scanning. There's some software that exists that scans for vulnerabilities, monitors the performance, probably like stress tests your code and things like that. Anyways, this is really interesting for me because it's a topic I like talking about, and it's fundamentally really important for software engineers. And I don't think a lot of software engineers, at least where I'm from, actually actively care about, which really sucks. Voice recording message. There goes the game industry. Always ready main branch. Delivery ready using feature branches and pull requests to make a deployable main branch. Yeah, that's what I essentially just like was yapping about earlier. Yeah, bug fixes. Just name them like this. Yeah, don't care. Next. GitHub workflow, like GitHub flow, really? Nah, not interested. Or fork workflow, yeah, not interested. Forking is another thing, because usually with open source projects, you can have like, let's just say this is a project, but this project is not yours. Project is Bob's code, but you want to add to Bob's code, but you don't know Bob, but he shows you the code. You can have your own copy, of Bob's code. And how you do that is by forking. Then you make your changes, your pluses and your minuses, and you make a pull request from your fork. You don't have to make a pull request from like a branch. Well, technically a fork is like a branch, but like it doesn't have to be the branch on the same repo, right? Shout out repo, it's a great game. Yeah, not in yeah, version control with Git in Azure repos. I don't think this matters. It's the same shit, no? I don't want to launch this exercise. It still gives me that. Yeah. Review history, save work with commits, work with branches. If you ever decide to do this, you can do it. And feature branch workflow. There's a purpose of using descriptive branch naming command. Automatic merging based on the branch name. Yes, that one. What is a best practice for handling complete feature branches? Merging the branch directly into the main without review. Keeping the indefinitely no. Deleting the branch after it has been verified in production. Yes. We delete it. We nuke it. We blow it up entirely. Your company needs to deploy hotfixes rapidly while maintaining a stable production environment. Which branching standard strategy? Release branch workflow? Yeah, I think that one. Not the forking one. Yes, that one. Your software team consists of 50 plus developers who need to coordinate multiple concurrent features with a monthly release cycle, which branching workflow would best For isolated development contribution, feature branch with systemic integrations. I feel like the feature branch. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna pick the feature branch for everything because it's just that good. When implementing a feature branch, also, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this the whole stream, like this course. I might get bored and just start programming, which would be more exciting, I believe. I'm gonna be game dev. Actually, game dev. Hey, Akarsh, what's up, man? How you doing? When implementing a feature branch workflow, what is a recommended approach to ensure feature branches remain up to date with the main branch? Waiting until all work on the feature before syncing. Periodically rebasing. I guess periodically rebasing? No, this sounds stupid. I assume you periodically rebase. So to be fair, I'd never really rebase because I'm really like that, but no. Rebasing is essentially like you're pulling new commits into the... Let me explain rebasing real quick. Let's just... Can I get a new page? I want a new page. How do I add a new page? Oh. Control D. Fantastic. I mean, there's like continuous thing. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's just say we have a bunch of changes right here. Bunch of code. A bunch of changes. Bunch of pluses, minuses, whatever, like in the lines of code. And then we take a branch out of this. We start working. But at some point, remember in my previous example, there's another change here. A bunch of minuses that made it into here. We have this branch right here started from here. Well, they both did. All these are... But now, this right here, when it wants to merge with that, has like fixed a bug. That's... So you rebase it. What rebase does is it takes the changes that occurred at this point and it adds them to whatever your point is you want to add them to. Essentially, it syncs the changes, even if they're technically newer. Like, they're like in different histories. What is the main advantage of using the GitHub flow over the feature branch? I think this one is... Honestly, I'm just gonna look it up. What is the GitHub flow? Pinnacle of simplified yet powerful branching design for contemporary software. Optimal balance between simplicity and collaboration effectiveness. Rapid iteration cycles. Simplify branch management. Enhance collaboration. And deployment flexibility. Isn't that exciting? Huh. Well, okay. I didn't even see that. AI, the questions is essence assessment were generated using AI reviewed by human author. Alright, that's great. What distinguishes the release branch from the feature branch in terms of deployments, right? Release branch uses dedicated branches for final release preparation, while feature branch work integrates features. I guess this one. Yeah, it's that one. As developer, notice that their feature branch often conflicts with the main branch. What? I assume using... Wait. No. Regularly updating the feature branch with changes from the main branch. Yes. An enterprise environment with high compliance requirements and a large development team, which branching strategy ensures that quality gates are enforced before integration and testing goes preventing from reaching production? No. Working workflow with open contributions from external patches. No. Feature branch workflow meant to pull requests and automate testing. This. Because untested testing makes a lot of sense. Your team is experiencing frequent merge conflicts and disruptive main branch solution. That one. Regularly synchronize them. Rebasing. There's a main advantage of using the GitHub workflow over the branch. Continuous deploying minimum. I think this one is easier. Yeah, this is not what this. A critical bug fix needs to be deployed immediately, but the main branch has several pending features that are not ready for release. What is the best strategy to implement this fix while maintaining continuous delivery? No. Create a hotfix branch. Apply the fix. Deploy before merging back. Yeah. Yeah, merging directly into the branch and deploying immediately is almost never, is really frowned upon. Don't do that. Development team is distributed across multiple time zones. Workflow supports asynchronous collaboration with parallel development. Which workflow would be most effective? Yeah, no. No. Yes. Which of the following best describes the strategic advantage of using feature branch software development? Increasing complexity of code review process by having multiple review branch. Maintaining a stable branch while allowing parallel development with isolated. Yes. I guess I must submit to all questions. Oh shit. Which branching workflow is most suited for prioritize compliance and audit trails? That one. I assume this is it. I assume I've gotten some things wrong. Yeah. What did we get wrong? Holy crap! I am a bum. Oh. I mean, I don't care about getting it all right. Complete the module. I'm a perfectionist, but not that much of a perfectionist, bro. I mean, Thanos of Devops is gonna take a while. Well, this shouldn't take long. This should be easy. I can just skip through this. Collaborate with pull requests. Yeah, let's do that, bro. Introduction. I care. Like adaptive reviewer assignment. Yeah, whatever, dude. Essentially, this like extends upon the pull request shenanigans over here. What happens is you can have some people assigned to review the pull request, approve it, run certain tests to make sure every pull request can even be ready for review, automate a bunch of these things, because when you have like 10 different branches, it gets pretty complex. Yeah, branch policies. Yeah, I did this. I've been doing this. I've been doing this since I was in second year of college, bro. Straight up. Damn. Strict compliance for which combination of branch policy would be best. Minimum reviewers 2, dramatic reviewer assignment, comment resolution enforcement, work item linkage, and build validation. Yeah, yeah, we want automatic. This will be faster. And implementing pull request workflows for distributed teams across multiple time zones, which best drives best describes collaboration effectiveness with development velocity. Like reviewer assignment. We want development. Pull request creation, quick time windows. I mean, is this it? I think this is more multiple time zones. Maybe that one. I feel like this is mentioned earlier. For financial service organization, requiring comprehensive audit trails and regulatory compliance, which pull request integration strategy? Yeah, that one. With work item tracking for requirement traceability, implement automated security and compliance scanning. Yeah, financial services, huh? Oh, what? Alright, let me retake this. The minimum reviewers was to, I guess, this one. And this one. I am so smart. I'm a smarter cookie. Here's my shell. It's Dash. Oh, we're breezing through this. Git hooks. Oh, these are fun. Because this is something that the way it works is some things that are required outside of GitHub. Like for instance, you want to publish a blog post or like an automated change log. You just want to put some text on them, like a website, or send a notification to a Telegram channel that a pull request, or a Slack channel, usually more of. There's these things called hooks. These hooks, like whenever a certain event happens, they fire, and then when they fire, they go do something outside of GitHub. They go do something outside where it's like, hey, send a message, hey, send Slack message. I don't know if you know what Slack is. If you don't, I'm happy for you. So when something happens here, it's like, oh, green light, send Slack message, and it's sent. Oh, that makes sense. 70% of the way there, which is really awesome. Anyways, that's essentially what Git hooks are. Don't care. Let's skip through this. Bang. Wait, am I thinking of different things? Oh. Am I stupid? Yeah. Yeah, these ones. This is one of the ones I'm talking about. I see. Yeah. Am I stupid? I guess these hooks are. Quality gate automation, security and compliance automation, development workflow enhancement. Okay, so quality gate automation is like when you're checking the style of the code. Security and compliance is when you're checking if something has vulnerability, known vulnerabilities or not in your code, like a dependency or something. Development workflow enhancement is just like generating and ensuring that your commit message follows a certain thing, or like a branch, like that everything you named is styled correctly, from the commit to the branch name and all that. Or there's a lot of reading Doom. Your development works on what is the best way to make sure no path is different hooks for each operating. I guess. I mean, this I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Windows is the only problematic one. When creating pre-commit hooks, find patterns approach provides the best security coverage. This pattern matching will regularly find multiple types of credentials. Your organization wants to make sure all commit chains follow the same standards. It's commit message. For team, my developers, what is recommended to deploy managed Git hooks? That one. Version controlled strategy. Your pre-commit hooks are taking too long, so I know which optimized strategy. Remove all validation hooks. Only process files have been changed. Now that. I am best to ever do it. We did it. Keep learning. Plan to foster inner source. Oh, this is advanced. Oh, baby. Advanced, you say? Cluster, implement fork workflow for collaborative development. Choose between branches and forks for different scenarios. Share code between forks and effectively. I can't speak, man. Reading is hard. I already do this. I do this at work. Except the fork workflows, technically, because we don't have enough people where that makes sense. But aside from that, I'm genius. I'm great. Not really. Sometimes called internal open source. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Fork is a copy of a repository. Yes, most common forks are used to propose change to someone else or use someone else's project as a start point for your idea. Fork is a complete copy, including all files, commits, and optionally branches. Yep. Create the fork clone, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, benefit. Let's look at the benefits, because I guess that's going to be in the module assessment. Safety. Changes are isolated until review. Multiple people can work on different features simultaneously. I mean, you can do that with branches as well, but forks are cleaner. All chains go through the same review process. Contributors don't need write access. Yep. I want to make a change. I think I may want to use it. I want to use some code as a starting point. Yep. Don't care. Copy of a code repository. Fork is a branch. Yep. What are the correct steps for the fork workflow with props? Create a fork, make changes, push the branch, create a You create a pull request. Don't sync your fork. But when should you use a single repository for small teams? What the? Is it like sync? Oh, really? Go fuck yourself. That is childish, but I guess that makes sense. Yippee, we did it. This was advanced, guys. On an advanced module. Manage and configure repositories. 48 minutes for this nonsense, you say. Alright. Start the speedrun timer. Work with large-scale repositories. Virtual file system. Get large file storage for big files, clean up unwanted or old repository data. Manage releases and create release notes automatically. Okay, I do this. I don't do that. I haven't had a use for this. I never. Okay. Shallow clone. Oh yeah, depth one, which you can also download size with branches. Branch. Yeah. Sometimes if you clone like a certain repository, like the Linux kernel repository, there's a lot of commits. There's a lot of history in those. And if you clone it, you're cloning everything. That's 4 gigabytes of just code. A A lot of code. And you probably don't need it. You probably just want a singular branch or a single release. So that's the depth one. Mono repo versus multiple repos. Mono repo source codes kept in one. Each project component gets repository. Okay. I usually prefer for not having a mono repo. Depends. Implement a changelog. Add features. Modified, improve feature, delete feature. One popular feature is git changelog. Alright, let me look at this. Right, I don't want to go there. Oh, let's return. It's usually better to avoid just copying log entries into changelog. Logs can contain too much technical detail, so it's easy to create a confusing mess that doesn't help users understand what changed. Yeah, usually with a changelog you want to write what happened or summary from the commit messages using conventional commits. Scalar is a good virtual file system extension created by Microsoft. I don't say. Makes large repository work faster by speeding up cloning and checkout operation. Using caching and background maintenance. We can scale to clone git repository, save the repository metadata locally and computer this data include branches, blah blah blah. Later git open and use the save data, making them faster too. Scalar also uses a background maintenance to keep the save metadata current. This means regularly checks for changes to the repository and updates. Not particularly. Consider breaking down large single repositories to smaller, easier to manage ones that each focus on a module. Modular approach to organize repositories. Yes. Recover specific data by using git commands. You can use git log, git checkout, git cherry pick. Yeah. You can also restore a file that was changed. Git blame. Or just git reset. Clean up repository data. Okay. Most common where you remove some history. Remove a large file that was accidentally uploaded. Delete files. Files are not committed. I see. Yeah. Yeah, you can make releases. Nice. So when a certain amount of features are implemented, they usually get tagged into a specific version, like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3.4, 1.4.5.6. I'm looking at you, Terraria. Anyways. These numbers, they make sense. Git. Like GitHub CLI. Title. Yeah. Like, guys, it's the final update. We promise. Alright, when's Terraria 1.5 coming? I give them 18 months. Terraria 1.5. Anyways. You can't edit a release. Use the web browser and you just update the release. Or don't really. It's all just whatever, really. Just auto-generate release. Is this with AI? I mean, I guess all the changes will be the commit. You have conventionally commit. Good. What is this? Oh, create a new file. Change log, exclude labels, authors, title, breaking, December, major, breaking. Oh, that's cool. You can define the template for them. Tell you which tags to use. Okay, I learned something new. Advanced unit. API documentation. Yeah, I like how this exists. Yet every single API documentation by every major tech company sucks. It's horrible. It's either outdated, formatted in such a way that is so confusing, ambiguous as all hell, or just plain wrong. They just sometimes document some features, they remove said features silently, and they don't update the documentation. So like, what are we doing? Get history documentation. I mean, I guess. Yeah, some of these things is pretty cool. It takes the comments from your code and generates documentation for it automatically. Pretty good. Could do it sometime. Repository permissions. Yeah. The read triage is all boring. Not really my problem. Break it up tags to organize repositories. Dude, still the haste. Oh my god, haste. When did you get such a soundtrack? And knowledge check. Get LFS. When would you not need to clean up data from bigger need to remove sensitive file? Yeah. What is the built-in git command for removing files? Filter branch. Oh my! I'm so. Stop for the 6-7s. Okay. What's the difference? Remove sensitive file that was accidentally uploaded when you need to hide code and history without removing permission. I guess. Alright, we completed the module. Identify technical debt. Oh boy. Man, oh man. I love to see it. Technical debt, you say. Find a managed debt. What you need. Basic understanding of Devops. Some experience. Yeah, code quality. Technical debt comes from how hard it is to change existing code. Right? And extending your adding new code while still making sure it works with your current setup. Because some things are like so limited or coded in such a way that adding new features to them is near impossible. So yeah, that's one of the issues one would have. It's like reliability. How reliable? Like how without failure of a specific period of time. If something breaks every other week, that's tech debt. Are we gonna head out? We might look more into this and see. Try to tune your stream more. Alright, thanks, Go. I'll also try to stream a bit more. Have a good night, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. You have a good night, man. Or all-nighter. And good luck with whatever you need to do. I'm gonna just keep explaining as if there's someone there. It's the voices. Reliability is how likely code will run or a system will run without failure for a long period of time. If something needs to be fixed every other week because it breaks, that's technical debt. Maintainability. Another the other kind of tech debt that I just talked about is how maintainable it is. How easily can you can consistently structure it. Like how understandable it is. Testability is how easily you can test it when you make changes to it to ensure that it works and behaves the way you expect it to. Portability is how easily you can use it in different environments. But that means if we have this one Windows XP server that runs this old version of Microsoft doohickey, I don't think, and our system really relies on Microsoft doohickey. If we needed a new server because Microsoft Windows XP is now out of service, it's not very portable. So that's tech debt, because now we have to find Microsoft doohickey, a version that works with our system on a different environment that is suitable. Reusable. How often you can reuse it. If it's useful anywhere else. Pretty much. Complexity and quality metrics. Program vocabulary length, calculated program length, volume, difficulty, and effort. Perhaps future costs that will come from choosing an easy solution today instead of using better practices that would take longer to complete. It's similar to financial debt. It's common for people to in financial debt to doesn't seem right or like the only option at the time, but by doing so, interest increases. Yeah, you get screwed more over time. Measure and manage it. Here's how to integrate quality, like add sonar clocks to pound flying, configure quality gates and thresholds, set up automated builds to run quality analysis. Vulnerabilities, bugs, duplication. Oh yeah, duplications. Yeah, that's like another thing with maintainability. Like, what if you wanted to change a certain part of the code, but that certain part of the code is hard-coded, as in that exact same part is copy-pasted over and over across 10 different files, and it's not being reused properly. So you have to, like, when you want to change something, one thing in that, you have to change all 10 files by yourself. Bad. Very bad. Create a debt management strategy. Quality gates, priority fixes, track progress, allocate time. Yeah, okay. If you find and fix security issues, that can become technical debt, I guess. Next unit, integrate other code quality tools. Holy. Yo. Goes hard. Yeah, code quality tools. These just ensures that your code quality is great, like formatting and all that. Effective code reviews. You can't have bad code if you review it and make sure it's good, for the most part. Supportive culture. What? Which of the following is a characteristic possibly indicated type of problem? Code smell. Inky. Which of the following choices can measure the probability the system runs without failure? Its reliability. The following code tools can you do? Donor cloud. Bang. First try. Need the module. I've earned 2 achievements. I have completed all the modules. Oh wait, what? Easier development for intrasite. Oh, really? Am I done with this learning path? Right? Is it not? Am I not done? I'm confused. It's still here. Oh, let me look here. Pipelines, tools, pipelines, currency. There's a lot. Oh, there isn't that much here, I guess, but there's a few. Or is this different? Yeah, CI. Okay, I guess I finished something. Yeah, I finished development for enterprise DevOps. And then next thing is part of implement CI with Azure pipelines and GitHub Action. I've already done most by myself. Am I gonna keep going with this? I've been going at this for almost 2 hours and starting to lose my sanity, but yeah. There ain't no way, bro. An hour and 22 minutes? Yeah, I can do that in 22 minutes rather than an hour. Microsoft versus self-hosted agents. Always pick self-hosted agents. Even though it's kind of dumb that they charge you per self-hosted agent. Like, the whole point of self-hosted agents is I don't have to give Microsoft money for running my code because I paid for something that runs my code. And then they realize, oh crap, everyone's doing this. We gotta charge them money for it because they're not using our services anymore. Like, you can't just like take the cat, put the cat back in the bag. The cat's out of the bag. You can't. You allow people to self-host, use their own compute for actions. Well, whatever. Who cares? I care. I care immensely. Job types: agent pool, container jobs, deployment group, agentless jobs. Yeah. Tools. Yep. The containers, they're running containers. Standard build deployment. Okay. Man, I really need to like get more hands-on project with this, but I guess we can finish this and try reading the NixOS in production book. It's a pretty good book. Has a cute waifu on it, no less. So I can continue doing that, I guess. Wonder what I could do on it. Redefined agent pool. Yeah, it's like virtual machine images, all that. Typical situations for team-specific agent pool. Yeah. Okay, let me yap about this. For me, more than it is for no one watching. The one person watching that's lurking. Agent pools essentially are like a collection of little computers. The computers are virtual machines. Let's just say team 1 has their own group stuff. Like PM1, PM2, PM3, PM4. Right? Wait, honestly, my students, is hilariously enough, they asked me, "Oh, where can we go on YouTube?" Ow, bit my tongue. Go on YouTube to like learn more about cloud computing and DevOps and all that cool stuff. And I'm like, I don't really trust anybody on YouTube to give an up-to-date thing. I just prefer to go for courses. I should recommend them this course, or should recommend them my streams. Genius! I got more subscribers. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I feel like that's a bad idea. Anyways, so these VMs, they're like building for their own projects, and there's another team that has like less demands, right? They build less, so they have their own. They have only 2 tiny ones. One, I mean. So every team has their own like resources that they need and whatnot. Makes a lot of sense. Fine. Anywho's. There's also pools that are organization-wide that everyone has access to. I assume they're just for like for more generic testing development environments that just like run containers or something. You want to share multiple agent, and selective sharing is like you share them with some projects but not all of them. Or stylus. Them stylus. Why did I say that? Anyways, maybe I should. What if I do tell my students? Does that mean I have to change, right? I have to. I mean, I don't care. Like, oh, we heard our TA say the F word on YouTube stream before. That means you can make fun of him now. Like, no, you can't. No, they can't. Communicate with Azure pipelines. The agent communicates with Azure pipelines to determine which job to run and report bugs and job status. So, wait. Oh yeah. So they are the pipeline send like, okay. Agent communicates, sends, hey, y'all need something? You need me to do anything? What's the plan? Oh, you want me to run some unit tests? I got you. Boom, runs it. It's like, and then comes back the Azure pipelines, and it's like, yeah, it works. Or, here's the status report. It failed, and here's why, or what happened. I'm doing something very important right now, though. How to pronounce Azure. Cambridge State. Let me see. This is very important, cat. UK.
Azure.
Okay, the US. So, Azure is American. Disgusting. Azure. I like Azure just because it's the UK. I don't know, man. Okay, Azure, right? Azure. Is it like? Is that the Microsoft one? Hold on, let me. What is this? Ah, sure. I don't know if you guys have Firefox or not. Azure. 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 Uh-huh. Azure. Okay, Azure. Alright. W. Oh. Okay, Azure. we're using Microsoft Azure, I guess. Azure. Azure pipelines. Interesting side quest. Very important. Okay, agent registration. Register an agent with the pipeline by adding it to an agent pool. You must be an agent pool administrator to register an agent. Okay, so I need to have permissions, obviously. The administrator identities only needed during registration, not for ongoing communication. After registration, the agent downloads a listener auth token. It monitors a job queue for new work. Oh. It periodically checks for new job requests. When a job is available, then download both a job and a job-specific auth token. Well, Azure pipelines generate this short-lived token for the pipeline's scoped identity. The agent uses token to access resources like source code or modify sources like uploading test results. Yeah, that makes sense. After a job is complete, the agent discards the job's auth token, but it returns to monitoring for new jobs using the new listener. Asymmetric encryption, it changes keys, payload protection, decryption, secrets protection, secrets stored in the blind lines of variables range. Secret go during agent. Just hurt, man. Communicate. Microsoft hosted or on-premise deployment. So Microsoft hosted servers that running in Azure websites, most internet accessible endpoints. The self-hosted, they can need connectivity to target on-premise environments, internet access to connect to Azure pipelines or Azure Devops server. Appropriate network configuration to reach both internal and external resources. See. Network consideration, firewall. Yes, for self-hosted ones, a firewall is very and etc. Because Microsoft hosted ones, they already configured their fireworks perfectly. Fireworks. What? Anyways, moving on. Other consideration, authentication methods, access tokens, agent execution method, like an either a service or interactive process. Using the right account. Do my eyes deceive me? No, Taina. Yes, this is a Microsoft website. This is a Microsoft course. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I still don't like Microsoft. Yes, Ty. Who are you? I'm still me, I promise. I promise, I'm still the same guy. I still don't like any of this that I've been making fun of this for the past 1 bajillion hours. But it's also good. I also haven't been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. But regardless, good morning, Ty. Why are you up at such Wait, is it early? Is it like 5 a.m.? Am I tripping? It is 3:43. Are you? I hope you slept early and woke up, or you're going to bed. Yes, a.m. Yes. Haven't slept. Oh no. Why? I woke up at 4:20 a.m. today. See, this is. I feel like this is mostly not my problem. Recommended modes for production. Reliably. Couldn't. And hopefully this calm studying stream can be the hero you need and deserve to fall asleep in this fine day. With the little haste music in the background, it's not too loud, you know. I feel like it'd be a good combo. But yeah, I'm going to become Jonathan Microsoft of developer operations. I was sitting right now, there's a closet door that has been closed my entire stay that I walked past yesterday. It is now open. Should I just tell the serial killer to get me now? Nah, I'd win. Nah, you got that, Ty. I know you got that. Scary. Maybe you should check the closet. Maybe the closet door is just broken. Or don't answer the phone. YOLO, I guess. Asian versions use the format major, minor. For example, 2.1. Yeah, minor version 1. Yeah, we should not be talking about that. Especially with all the Bill Gates. Is it Bill Gates or Steve Jobs? I don't remember. I don't really care. The CEOs of big tech are just... yeah. Microsoft hosted agent limitations. Their agents destroyed after each pipeline completion. No incremental build benefits. Fresh environment to each run. It takes 7 minutes for agent assigned during high load periods. Running multiple self-hosted agents at same machine can effective for release orchestration jobs from minimum resource. Lightweight deployment task. Disk I/O. Resource contention for build heavy jobs. That's an issue. Conflicts with singleton tool deployments. Unreliable results from parallel jobs use shared dependencies. Yeah. Reader service account administrator. Yep. Reader just only has read access. Bill Jobs and Steve Gates. What happened to Bob Dorr and Steven Employment? What happened? Those were the days. The good old days. I'm having such a good time. How you been, Ty? Aside from insomnia. I hope all is well. And continues to be well. YAML-based pipelines load to fully implement CPS code. Yes, that's what I do at work. Do I really want to do this? What does this do? Slap. Oh. Yeah, I don't. They want me to give them my credit card information, and I'm lazy to do this, so I'm just not. I'm gonna skip this. Maybe I shouldn't skip this. All this work, I live to work. That doesn't sound like work. Sounds like something else. Sounds like today's subject. It is not. It is not today's. Today's subject is Devops. This assessment evaluates your understanding. Oh boy, AI generated content, but it was reviewed by a human author. Don't worry, guys. We're okay. Mitigate the risk of unauthorized access to your organization agent pool. But what role-based configuration should be enforced? Ensure only necessary personnel are added to the administrative role. Yes. A security breach was detected in one of your Azure. Hold on, let me get the video. Hold. Azure. There we go. In one of your Azure pipelines. I definitely don't. How to pronounce Azure correctly. Anyways, putting this aside so I look like a genius. Azure. Wait, let me add Firefox. Oh, so yes. Let me add Firefox to my sounds. Application audio capture. Firefox in here? No. Firefox. Firefox. Bang. Sounds under the mic. Why is stream mode off? Like, why does Discord hate me? Discord does not want me to have the success. Discord just sucks, man. Like, what happened? I thought we were friends. Anyways. Security breach was detected in one of your... Hold on. In one of your...
English, this is normally said as Azure.
Azure pipelines. Thank you, Julian Michael. You're my goat. As sort of a response, what immediate action should be taken to safeguard the agent pool? Revoke O tokens. Increase the number of the agents to distribute the workload more effectively. There was a security... That's not... Alright, listen, buddy. Listen. You see the title? See the title of the video right there? It says... correctly, in all caps. Why was that voice so buttery? I know.
Azure. In American English, however, it is normally pronounced as Azure. Azure in American English versus Azure in British English. And now you know it all. Did you get this? Was this any helpful? Let me know in the comments and by using the like button. Thank you kindly for your support. More videos on how to pronounce more interesting. The like button.
Oh, he said like.
Kindly
oh, look
for your
at
support.
highlights.
More videos on how to pronounce more interesting words and names whose pronunciations aren't always obvious.
Thanks, Julian. That's not how you spell his name. It's Julian with an E. SMH, bro. Azure. Anyways, we're a team with fluctuating demands for pipeline runs. Which type of agent would optimize resource stewardship while minimizing maintenance? I guess Microsoft hosted ones? Probably. This is probably agentless. Fluctuating, I feel like agentless because you get paid per usage. And yeah, I guess agent maintenance, right? This makes sense. In what scenario would using self-hosted agents be more beneficial than Microsoft-hosted agents in... Hold. I got this.
Azure.
Oh, fuck.
Azure.
Azure. Who's a baddie? Loki, bro. Azure. Pipelines. When aiming for cost saving, reduce setup efforts for small projects. Reduce setup efforts? No. When needing automatic updates and maintenance for when software requires installation of specific third-party libraries. I guess probably that one because third party anyway. So you're the third party. We are all having a party. Azure. The organization noticed inconsistent security practices when deploying artifacts to on-premise service using self-hosted agents. Which strategy enhances security while maintaining necessary connectivity? These YouTube emojis don't hit like Twitch emotes. I know. My multi-streaming thing is broken and I need to fix it. My fault, gang. What is this? Alright, hold on. Let me pull up Chatterino. I got you with the emotes. This. There you go. I like this. Oh, that one looks fucked up. It's so. Oh, there's a dabbing one. What? That's crazy. Oh wait. Okay. Inconsistent security practices. Enable unrestricted internet access for self-hosted streamlined deployments. Yes, this sounds like a great idea. An example of when to use that. A dabbing one is when you see a bunch of haters and you're like, you want to dab on them. That's like so 2050. When was the dab on them haters thing originated? And please don't tell me it was 2015. Please, dear Christ. Please tell me it was like 2019. Please. 2016. It was 10 years ago. Dabbing on them haters was 10. Oh my god, we are old. I am so old. Oh god. Had to have been 2016. I'm sorry. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Lie to me. Say it was like yesterday. It was dead by 2019. Oh my days. I guess firewall. Artifacts directly from internet accessible endpoints to target servers. I was a freshman in high school in 2019. I think I was a freshman in high school in 2020. This just in. Alright, news. It was 2050. I was correct! Holy wait, that's worse. 11 years ago! Holy crap. God, man. That's messed up. I think this is wrong, by the way, but I don't really care that much. Your team needs to deploy an application with specific resource requirements. Are you older than me? Maybe. I'm 23. I'm gonna be 24 this December. Am I on? No, I'm literally unk. You old gang. Also, guys, it will be approximately a year and a few months. Damn. Steam needs to deploy application with specific on various operatings, including Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. I guess agentless? Oh no, I'm turning 21. Oh, I'm turbo unk. Damn, I'm unk as hell. There's no way, actually, Hyena, no way. Hyena, you are literally the age of my nephew. My nephew's 21. Actually. Oh, that's insane. W doxing my nephew though. Hi Ty. Yeah, Corey's. I've not noticed. All right, not noticing is crazy. Container jobs. There's the main advantage of using Microsoft hosted over self-hosted. No setup or management requirement. Look, man, working 2 jobs is hard. Makes me go blind. I get it. I work 2 jobs and one of them doesn't even pay that much. Technically not 21 yet. Got like 2.5 months. Yeah. That's the age of my nephew. Gonna be 21 this year. I'm not exactly sure when his birthday is. I think I wished him a happy birthday this year. Maybe? No. That was last year. I'm really good at this. Trust me. This whole birthday thing, great. In what scenario is a self-hosted agent is required for deployment instead of a Microsoft hosted? Deploying on-premise service without direct internet access. I guess. All right. 78%. Why? All right. You have no jobs. I don't really care about answering these questions. I have passed. I can retake it. But I don't really want to. Chat, don't tell anyone I didn't retake this. Complete the module. Here we go. Woo! Damn. Nursing home stream next? Alright, listen. Who got me with the who got me like with the nursing home fees though? Oh god, got me with that. Which one of you guys is sponsoring my nursing home? Hello, I'm Corey, and I'd like to testify this man has not finished the exam. No. Hi Corey, I don't know. All of your chats were invisible to me. That's what my bits are for. Oh, true. Yeah, nursing home fun. Thank you, Taina. My goat. When I fix my Twitch streams, you will have something to use your bits on, I guess. Not that there's like a bajillion other streamers out there. So which one should we do, chat? Should we do the one that says 17 minutes? That'll be YouTube chat probably? Yeah, YouTube chat. Definitely a chat of all time. Flights. Might have to give up on the whole YouTube chat streaming thing. Honestly, no. I think it's the method. I think streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick at the same time. We're streaming on Kick too. Why not? You know what? Whenever people I mainly talk to online say my full name, it always catches me off guard. Well, it's right there for your like YouTube thing, so it's like it rolls. Along with your middle name. Actually, your middle name, that's crazy. Putting your middle name on the YouTube account. We don't have middle names here, so I can't say I have one. But W profile picture though, it matches. I can't imagine like whatever. It's just like, I don't know, your mom calling you out by first name, middle name, and last name just like to cuss you out or something. I don't know, it sounds amusing. Alright, let's do the 17-minute one. Speedrun, any percent. Hyena Nicole, better than Nicole Watterson. This might be true. Hey Lynn, do you like my profile picture? Yeah, I really do, man. It reminds me of you playing Overwatch. Oh wait, so true, bestie. Honestly, I've been playing some Overwatch recently. JK could never be better than her. Nicole Loki too tough. Nicole like does this and just like thunderclaps the entire planet. She has that look in her eye. She can literally, I'm not gonna say that. She can literally kill you in game. Anyways, let's start a speedrun timeout. What is this? Understand pipelines, know how it helps your development team, key components, how different parts work together, blah blah. Yeah, I don't care. What is a pipeline? Repeatable, reliable, continuous improvement process for taking software from idea to customer. Build automation and continuous test automation, deployment automation, supporting infrastructure, platform provisioning. Yes, this is infrastructure as code. I don't think Corey's and maybe Corey might be diamond and open queue. I'm not sure though, or maybe flat. I don't remember. Oh, I need to place him. I was surely. No, you weren't. You were not diamond. You were plat 1. Unfortunately, Corey. I checked your. I haven't played in a hot minute. Unfortunately, Corey was so close to diamond, but no cigar. Yeah, you were diamond and rivals. We were diamond and rivals. We reached that. We reached that together because we're goats. Cap Hulk, baby. That was a good time. Anyway, let me turn this up because this is a banger. If you're at a point since the beginning of last season, should have something to tell me. Oh god. You on me with one sub 1? No. Yeah, don't say. We were playing rivals. Unfaithful. I know it's crazy, bro. I thought we were like really like that. Yeah. Wait, programming languages. They're web development. Yeah, who cares? Is there Rust in here? No Rust mention? They mention Go, but no Rust? Alright. Microsoft. Go where your balls. I came back for the Maze skin. He's so real for that. The Maze skin is so good. Anyways. CI is catch bugs early, code coverage, build faster, prevent broken releases, and enable continuous testing. Continuous delivery, or deployment, is deploy automatically, ensure consistency, deployment risk is reduced, and enables rapid feedback. Ever seen such a polarizing skin? People either hate it or love it. People hate it because they don't like May, which is justified. But also, it's so damn cute. There's a trigger, stage. Pipeline has multiple stages, and a stage can each have an agent. Job. I should censor this. Messed up. Task. What it is? Okay. How can you hate the May skin? People just don't like May. Yeah, soldier's skin. Or the cast skin. Honestly, the highest level of the cast skin is like redeemable, I want to say. Because his shirt is off. Like how people keep banning Sombra even though she sucks now. Generational trauma will prevent them from ever seeing her differently. Real. I mean, honestly, even if she's bad, her kit is just annoying to play against. It's not immutable. Reliable and repeatable. Which of the following is a correct statement about Azure pipelines? Hold on.
As Azure.
Thank you, Julian. I fucking love Julian, bro. Which of the following is a correct statement about
As Azure
pipelines? I need a button that says Azure. Anyways, it's 4:10 a.m. I have to get up in 3 hours. I should attempt sleep. Yes, you should definitely do that. It's pure hate. It is pure hate. That's all that it is. Exclusively with Azure Microsoft technology for open source. GitHub is recommended. Azure pipelines work with any language or platform. Yes, they do. They deploy in any environment. Is this correct? Good night, Corey. Good night. Good night, Carlos. Good night, Ty. Farewell till next time. Yes, I will try to be around more. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thanks for popping in. Which of the following statements is continuous API benefit? Don't ship broken code. Yes. This one? Oh my god. Turbo genius. I am so smart. Yes. Complete the module. Get it, chat. Save the city. They really want me to share my achievements on like LinkedIn and shit. Like, copy code. Don't lose your momentum. Keep learning. Pipelines and concurrency. God, that sounds like a real doozy. Anyways, I want to take a little break to chillax a little bit from this. My brain is trying to get cooked. 2.5 hours almost of just speed running ever-living crap. Why won't you share the achievement of taking a shit? I do. As a matter of fact, I send a wonderful image of repost if you're taking a massive shit right now. Sweet. I'm looking at the comments. Like Discord and read out loud. Alright, got this. Today marks a small but meaningful win. In a world that constantly pushes us to chase big milestones, we often overlook the importance of consistency, patience, simply showing up. This morning, I was reminded that even the most basic processes require the right balance of timing, effort, and trust in the system. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it was necessary and successful. Let this be a reminder, progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quite personal and deeply relieving. Hashtag consistency. Hashtag small wins. Hashtag process matters. Hashtag daily achievements. Hashtag I just took a massive dump. What is this? Hashtag bowel movement. Wait, look at the comments. It says, I usually pronounce it as Azura, Azuri. I always pronounce it as Azur, Azuri. And I say Azuri, it's too difficult to say Azure. Boo-hoo. What the Who? This comment was 3 years ago, and Morgan CM 1830 thought it was a good idea to reply to a comment from 3 years ago, 3 days ago. Like, twin, what are we doing? He says computer application from Microsoft. Azure's Microsoft infrastructure as a service, but by no means a software. It is a service. Azure. I say Azure. I used to say that. It's actually pronounced hold. I use my own search engine to search this. All right, we have this in the UK.
Azure.
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 Or Azure.
Azure.
Bro really just said. Aga. Anyways. Aga. I like this.
Azure.
Azure. Oh well. Azuri. Azure. A word. Aga. Bro, yapping. Is this a human being? Is this guy real? Is Julian a human being? Is this guy real? I feel like this guy might be AI. How to pronounce Azure correctly. Or Azure. So Azure was correct, it's just American. And I'm low-key like just a hater towards Americanos, so So what's the next step, Corey? What's the recommendation here? What's the play? Do I keep going? Or do I do some programming? What do we think about this? I saw movement, and I thought it was chat movement, but no, it was me scrolling around my screen. Turbo G. So smart. Pipelines and concurrency. Use and estimate parallel jobs. Use Azure pipelines. What was it? Fuck. I want that one.
Azure.
Azure. So loud. Why is it so loud? Azure pipelines. Yeah, Azure pipelines for open source projects, expose visual designer and YAML pipeline. There's a visual one. Really? Yeah, it's like build, like a CI build, you're running multiple tests at the same time, or like linting, right? Run unit tests and linting tests all at the same time. Jobs on agents. No parallel jobs are available. Jobs waiting queue. Jobs release their slot when they're complete. Estimate. Start with a free trader to understand your organization patterns. Each Azure Devops organization gets free parallel jobs with limits. Private projects, 1 parallel job, 60-minute limit, and 1,800 minutes a month. 10 parallel jobs for public ones, unlimited minutes. Really? 10 parallel jobs for public ones and unlimited minutes? That feels not great. You may need parallel jobs if you have multiple teams, branches, locations, or workflows. Check Discord. Read aloud. This guy. Alright, let me... Oh, it doesn't even fit on my screen properly because... Hold on. Thrilled to announce that I've officially completed a major milestone. Taking a shit. Today's fast-paced environment, even the most fundamental processes demand discipline, timing, and resilience. What may seem routine on the surface, often involves navigating internal challenges, overcoming resistance, and executing with precision under pressure. Stocks up emoji. Key takeaways. Efficiency. Optimizing internal workflow for a smooth and timely outcome. Consistency. Showing up and trusting the process, even when progress feels blocked. Electricity emoji. Growth mindset. Embracing discomfort as part of achieving meaningful results. Brain emoji. How are you pushing through your own daily challenges this week? Let's connect and share insights. Hashtag execution. Hashtag resilience. Hashtag personal growth. Hashtag delivering results. Hashtag bowel movement. Hashtag I just shit my pants. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Dude, this... we should make like an entire YouTube video. Let me find... There's this YouTuber. Hold on. Right. R slash... What was that one YouTuber that reads like, I am the author? I am the author. Post. Twitter. That's not what I wanted. You know where like people meet Tony Hawk? He has like a peace sign as a profile picture. And he just reads Reddit posts and Twitter things. Twitter embarrassing woman. Reading Twitter memes. That guy? Not that guy. Oh. I can't find it. I might be stupid. I forgot this guy's name. Oh, I opened a tab here. Fuck. YouTube. I wonder if it's on my actual game. Oh, it's MK. Okay, I found him. This guy. Like this guy, he makes like a bunch of videos just reading out loud these like funny Twitter things, and I think I should do something like this with slop content, except it's just like stupid LinkedIn styled nothing burgers. I think that'd be a good idea. Anyways, because that sounds like a genius idea. Sounds like something that would work. Anyways, estimating guidelines. Multiple teams, branches, applications, complex workflows. And how many parallel jobs are shared. Currently, you can dedicate parallel jobs to specific projects or agent pools. That kind of sucks. But I guess it's okay. Just get more parallel jobs. Wow. Described. Oh, wait, no. Not look at my watch history, thank you very much.
Azure.
Azure, there we go. Kills my ears every time, but it's worth it. Describe Azure pipelines and open source projects. Free tier eligibility for public projects. Then runs in a public project. Your pipeline builds a public repository. Public 10 parallel jobs. Microsoft hosted agents. Yeah, we've already seen this. Visual designer. Edit code, push code to repo. Yeah, this is easy for beginners. We're no beginners. We don't need this. We don't care about this. I use YAML. Modern microservice architectures often need many similar deployment pipelines. Manually through a UI becomes tedious and error prone. Code reuse, version control, and consistency, collaboration. Script. You edit the code, you edit the YAML file, push the code, here's your pipelines, deploy your target. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I've already done this before. I mean, maybe I just don't want to enter my credit card information to Microsoft. Was the and I was just like, whatever, dude. Don't tell them I skipped these, Corey. I'll do them myself later. With GitHub Actions. I think that's what they use anyway, right? Choose the best option for each question. They really mentioned the worst format known to man, and they expect it to be the right answer. For anything, each of the following choices is a benefit of using the visual designer. Change to build might cause a break because the changes in order. Rebench users can modify. I guess. Which of the following is a benefit of using it? YAML. Really? Correct. Genius. I feel like such a smart cookie. Yippee. Complete this module. Look, we're level 6 now. Wow. Such meaning to this. So much meaning. Oh my god. I wonder if there's people that just like take all these courses for fun and then do nothing with them. How many are left? Oh my days. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Damn, 5 more modules? Really? Yo. Let me turn this music up, bro. They're going crazy with it. Absolute sicko mode. I mean, most of these are just easy though. Introduction to GitHub Actions. I already use basically GitHub Actions at work. Corey, you know this. Continuous integration with GitHub Actions. I already do this at work. I do this, but I don't use, except with the minus the Azure services. Microsoft. Yeah, I think. What is this? Alright, let's watch this. Pull up on the stream. I got you.
Dr. Ho, I don't care about your chamomile tea, okay? I need spinal surgery.
He's been recognized for his ability to relieve pain safely and effectively.
And
like
a hell of a lot of PhDs. Have you ever noticed how, like, the doctors with, like, the least public credibility, whenever they're in a shot, they've just got
shit,
the
hold
most biggest PhDs and
I don't have ad blocker on for YouTube.
Dr. Ho, I don't care about your chamomile tea, okay? I need spinal surgery.
He's been recognized for his ability to relieve pain safely and effectively.
And
like
a hell of a lot of PhDs. Have you ever noticed how, like, the doctors with, like, the least public credibility, whenever they're in a shot, they've just got the most biggest PhDs and shit behind them? You know, my patients are always telling me, Doc,
Industry physician. Good boy.
Hey, listen, man, can we move the frame this way? Get it, like, here? Cool? Yeah, good? All right, let's do it again. You know, my patients are always telling me, Doc, I'm following all your advice, I'm sticking to the regimen to a T, and I've still got back pain. And I tell them the same thing every time. It's really not my fucking problem. I'm like, dude, what do you want from me? All right? I don't know what to do. You want a refund on a friggin' back massage? Okay, yeah, if you pay the restocking fee. Oh, this? Don't worry about this. It was like $2 online. I'll have it replaced in no time.
please welcome Dr. Michael Ho.
Hello, John.
Hey, doctor.
Hello, John. I've been here the whole time, waiting for you to tell me to come on.
That's great. Yeah. Hold on, let me, definitely not. Guys, I don't have an ad blocker. Ad blockers are the big bad. Don't use ad blockers on YouTube. Against the terms of service. Anyways. Anyways. Let's do another. Screw it. I feel like I'm just doing so much like absorbing of knowledge and like reading and yapping about things and not really doing, which should be like annoying me. Or not really annoying me, but like it's boring. Like it's all theoretical nonsense. they even use Azure pipelines at work where you were at? Dude, this image is too tough. Hold on. Look at this guy. Holy crap, real Travis Scott. Hi, it's Travis Scott writing to you directly. I saw your interactions on my official page, so I decided to write to you on this fan page. I hope you're doing well. Holy crap, guys. Real Travis Scott. This is advanced, right? Configure agent demands for multi. I don't know what I'm gonna do. NV. I think I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna finish setting up my account. I'll return tomorrow. Corey, thanks for hanging out and stuff. I appreciate you being here, Goat. We will continue on this. We will do the exercises. I feel like I want to do more NixOS. I don't know if I want to do more programming. Maybe I want to finish the programming thing first. There's so many things. So many decisions. Maybe I finish the programming thing first. Get a basic GUI going. Just so I can read the YouTube chat, because that's some more like... It's cool. Also, I feel like it's less boring than this. I could do this in my own time at work. Yeah, I feel like that's more exciting. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Been here from the start to the finish, in the middle, all that good stuff. Leave a like, share the stream with your friends. Goodbye.